560 WQAM. Take you up until 2 o'clock. Heat off until Saturday afternoon. Looking forward to it, though. Be boots on the ground for that.
I hate once you get to playoffs, I hate when they have a whole bunch of days. They got 2 days.
It's a long time, dude.
They got 2 days. Didn't they get 2 days twice in the last series?
Sounds right.
Are you okay, Leroy?
Why?
You feel like you have so much rage in you today.
I think it was the playoff. I think it was the college football playoff that really got to him.
Wow. That's
right.
You keep saying things about hate.
No,
I want to punch somebody.
I've been up since 4:30.
You argue, but you're
no, not normally.
No,
I don't get up that early, but you got running around, and then
So you didn't get your normal rest, your normal Leroy,
I do. If I sleep too long, I get up and my body hurts. So like when I get a good night's sleep, I'm like, oh man, I feel great going to sleep this early, but I'm gonna be hurting in the morning.
So now you're hurting?
No, not really, because I didn't sleep. I slept. I got my normal 4 or 5 hours.
Tobin, tell us who's hurting with the Heat right now.
So Jimmy Buckets is on the mend. He did post on social media last night, if JFA could bring these up, a lot of photos of himself at the Heat facility doing some rehab. He was doing some work. He was in the cold tub, hot tub, it looked like.
His foot looked fine to me.
Looks good to me. But, I think, it's always interesting with Jimmy's social media, what he decides to post. I think he's got the best Instagram in sports because it's always like, it's just the same routine. But usually, if he's not playing, he's usually getting his workouts in with the, getting to the gym late. So he has not shown that. Yesterday, we just got to look into to practice. I guess we'll get an idea if he practices tomorrow. I think that'll be an interesting thing because for the Heat, I think they're just going to do film today, maybe do a little workouts, get everybody right. But he is, he's giving everybody a little looky-loo, Leroy. I don't know what that is.
Leroy has not looked at once.
He's not looked at once. He's been
Here, let me tell you what that is.
You care about Jimmy's health.
So basically, they take.
We go to you for the answers. You're our doctor.
When you hurt an ankle, right? The whole part of the healing process that you have to get through is range of motion. Okay. And so they put you on these boards to kind of get the range of motion. Then they'll put you on a board and have you stand up. So kind of balance on it. So they can just get an idea of where you are. Right. So he could be walking around and everything could be great. They put him on the board. His range of motion could be good. And then they put him on the one board where he has to see how they're holding him up, where he's just basically on that 1 foot. And that'll be an indication of where they are as far as strength. Then they go through some exercise. They do some other stuff. They step it up a notch and then ice and stem and do it all again, maybe either later on that day or the next day, depending on what the routine is.
I thought he was the foot was swollen like a baseball after game one. But
that's what they said.
That doesn't look like no swollen ankle. That was baseball.
Man, who you listening to?
Reporters
that were in the locker room.
Okay.
New York media, though. I mean, they can be a bit of they can overhype.
As opposed to
hold up. So
as opposed to their fat ass ankles.
I mean, they are fat. I mean, but they don't.
But I'm just saying. Like a non-athlete telling you how bad an athlete's injury is a joke.
They didn't say how bad it was. They just said it would look like the ankle was the size of a baseball. It was swollen.
Dude, if I show you my ankle right now, you'd think something's wrong with it. No, seriously.
That's true.
Huh?
That's true.
Like, are you pulling them up right now?
Huh?
I thought you were gonna put them on the screen.
Yeah, show the viewers your ankle.
Don't listen. Look at the ankle. Don't look at my raggedy ass feet.
It's part of your feet.
Okay, wait.
I gotta go this way.
Move back. You gotta move back. Because we gotta see the foot on the screen.
So look at my ankle. See how flat my feet are?
Sure do.
I have no ankle. It's just all up one bone in there.
He can do tricks.
He's got like
I can do tricks.
Looks like a 6'0".
You know how Michael Jackson does that thing where he does side to side? I can do that. My feet will stay flat on the ground.
Oh, you could do the Michael Jackson tilt?
He can.
Yeah.
It's very impressive.
Wow.
Very impressive.
But you know what?
You're doing
Guess what?
We'll play Michael Jackson.
It's a running back thing. When you go watch a running back cut, right? When you watch a running back cut, a guy who's pretty good with it, that can cut and has good lateral movement, the bottom of his feet never. Hey, Smeathan, before I tell you to go to hell, it's pretty impressive that you can spell pterodactyl, you clown.
It is very impressive.
Right?
I got a lot of
That T will always get you.
He always
Hey, the P is silent, dumbass.
Sergey Bob Fovorowski says, why are you asking Leroy instead of Dr. Toboggan? I thought Dr. Toboggan told us that he wasn't a doctor.
He was not a doctor. No.
Look, we just falling for anything.
I'm not really sure, but Captain Cook says, Leroy, people
Hey.
pay for that. Save those dogs for the paying customer.
Hey,
That's
say
true.
Pig. Hey, they say his pig is pointing in a different direction. Let me tell you something. I
Black.
started playing football when I was like 10 or 11 years old.
It's
I
true.
stopped
though.
playing. I stopped playing when I was 33. So for all them years, I was jamming my toes up in some tight ass shoes. What
Oh,
you think they're
man.
gonna look like?
Your feet look like your thumbs, man. They like going opposite directions.
Hey, dude, I knew when I had bad. I never cared about bad feet because I was always one of these people. If you get through all of this 6 foot of deliciousness just to comment on my feet, it ain't meant to be anyway, right?
I
But
remember
then my daughter walked up to me one day. She was like 3 or 4 years old. She go, "Ooh, daddy, I think you got your sandals on the wrong foot." Right. And that's when I realized my feet are jacked up. I didn't even care before then, but that hit home. I didn't know. Everybody else in the room start laughing. I almost cried.
Tyler Herro also posted some injury stuff.
He did.
He posted his hand yesterday, and I gotta say, not good, dude.
Ooh, my.
Wait a minute. I showed you that.
That was gross.
Yeah.
I showed you the
doesn't
same
mean we
thing.
liked it.
But so here's the deal. They did the surgery. They probably trimmed it. Did they have to put a screw in there or anything?
Leroy, I wasn't on the operating table. I don't know.
Well, you showing it like we supposed to know what's next.
He posted it yesterday. He posted, what was his caption, JV? Wasn't it like surviving? It was, he put like
Surviving,
a montage of
yes.
pictures yesterday.
Surviving.
Yeah.
He didn't get shot.
Surviving.
He just broke his
He's
finger. What's
upset,
wrong with him?
He's sad. He's out on the
Hey.
party. I feel bad for Tyler
Hey.
Herro.
Man,
Vlad, we treat everything in life like it's Katrina, right? Everybody do that. I say, man,
Surviving.
they say, how you feeling? People ask me how I'm feeling. I say, I got up this morning. Everybody can't say that. Hey, I'm glad I could be your source of entertainment. And can I just tell you something? J-Fig, you moving down the list. Because you laugh louder and more quickly than anybody anytime it's a little jokey joke on me.
Look,
you
I'm
know
always
why?
laughing.
That lemonade Celsius, bro. That changed it. Once she
Oh,
got the lemonade
man.
Celsius, she's been riding with Toby.
It ain't better than apple cherry though.
That one was good.
Oh, you see how you can?
That
It's
one
so
was
easy.
He swayed her.
It's so easy to sway her.
Hey,
I'm just, I'm very focused right now. On
hey,
Toad's
apple
tears.
cherry is on the Patrick Mahomes tier.
Oh wait,
That
he's
was
really
good.
focused.
I'm
Lady,
very,
hold
I'm
on.
very focused on Tobe's tears
You
right
notice
now.
that Tobin hasn't really said much. He's been writing down. He's been jotting down on a piece of paper.
And making graphics.
And wow, making
Graphics.
graphics.
Yeah, making
Oh,
graphics.
you
Do you want
going?
me to pull back
Wait.
your Art Basel pictures? I have them.
No,
Okay.
no. This is for something else.
All right.
Is this gonna be a bullet point? You know what I mean? Are you gonna?
I think so. I think so.
Oh,
Hey,
I think so.
wow.
You know what?
Cheers.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you, next time
Hmm?
we have one of those meetings,
Hmm?
right, where everybody's showing, you say, I got something. Here's my 7 tiers of quarterback in the AFC.
Well, I don't know if I have 7. I only have 6.
I
No.
think there's only
Well,
really
you
should be
got
5 tiers, to be quite honest.
Really?
One is Mahomes by
The
himself.
rookies aren't really a tier.
They're not a tier.
No.
They're not really a tier.
You
They're
can
really
just
like
throw
a-
them on the bottom. Haven't done anything yet.
I don't
and
know
that's
if I
what you
put
can put
anybody at
there.
the bottom other than Mac Jones. I don't want to spoil anything. But we'll
McCorkle.
but Tobe's tears, it's coming together, baby. It's coming together. I may need one more segment. Maybe one more
Well,
second.
you got the hour tour. So
I do. But no, I do feel bad. I feel if he's putting surviving, I feel bad that Tyler's sad. I don't want Tyler Herro sad.
I mean, he's hurt. He want to play. So that's, and from that standpoint, yeah, he's sad. But as far as injuries go, let me tell you. Ask Vic if Vic feels bad that he hurt his finger.
Well, the Vic thing was so crushing.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. So he could go through what he's going through, or he could look right next to him and see what Vic is going through. And then maybe that word surviving wouldn't make it sound like he's going through the same stuff Vic is going through.
Oh, thank you, Leroy.
Yeah,
Fair
that's
point.
what I'm saying.
Fair
Like,
point.
come on, dude. And after you broke your hand, you still got up a shot. Vic couldn't walk.
That sucked. That was like one of the most depressing
No,
moment injuries.
dude, you know I was hurt, dog.
I know you were.
Not Vic again. No.
Everybody was so crushed when that was happening, and it was in the midst of a Bucks ass kicking too. It should have been a party.
Yeah,
Instead, they put a damper on it, man. It did.
it did, but that was last week. Task at hand.
Wow.
So if the Knicks win or up 2-1, you're gonna have them say Heat in 5?
Well, I mean, why are you bringing up fantasy? Like,
Well, I mean, you're also bringing up fantasy as well.
Am I, Vlad? Come on, dude. Like, be honest, dude. You took stock of that game yesterday. You felt confident after that?
I took stock in the game Tuesday. Not yesterday.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I just want to be factual here. Of course, I took stock in it. We won. What do you think? I don't care how we win. Just win. It's the playoffs. First and 16.
Well, I know
It's
it's
a
been a
race
while.
to 4. It's a race to 4.
And
How
it's a
you
race
got
to
one of
4.
them don't matter.
Right.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't matter if Jimmy Butler wasn't coming back. I mean, I would understand that
It
logic.
would also matter if you get your star back and then you lose by 40.
That was weird. Yesterday.
Oh, you're talking about Philly and Boston.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, if Jimmy
After the
come
guy
back,
won the MVP.
and wait, if Jimmy come back and the Heat lose by 40, I'm rats off a ship.
Wow.
I am.
Well, you were never on the ship to begin with, so not
What
surprised.
are you talking about?
Well, you
Because
were
I
like, you
keep it
didn't think-
real?
No, because you didn't think they were going to beat the Bucks. You had no faith. You had no faith.
Can I just say this?
Hmm?
I wasn't on the island with that one.
Trust me, you're right. And you want to know something?
Can
I
I
could be a lot.
Can I
could be a-
also say this?
No, let me say something. I
Go
could be
ahead.
a lot stingier about what everybody's saying, but I'm not. I want everybody to party. I want everybody to
Here.
enjoy this.
Here,
Just because Old Toes was the one who had faith and nobody else did.
I made this comment beforehand, and I changed my thoughts after I saw what I saw. I hadn't seen the Heat play a stretch of basketball like they played against Milwaukee all year.
Mhm.
Would you agree with that?
What would you say though? Like, I mean,
I,
like, think-
I just asked a simple question. It didn't warrant.
Well, it's kind of an odd question though. It's like you kept arguing with me all year that last year didn't matter.
It doesn't.
And that doesn't mean anything, which
Doesn't.
is kind of proven to not be true.
Well, no, because everybody's playing different. Tyler's not playing, and Dunk hasn't shot in the ball well all year. So
Duncan
you
Robinson-
don't have the same team you had last year.
Okay, but counterpoint to that, Duncan Robinson wasn't in the playoff rotation last year either after his Easter Bunny appearance in the first game of the playoffs, and then he was never heard from again. And Tyler Herro wasn't good in the playoffs last year either.
Okay.
So it's really not that much. If anything, they're healthier probably because they got Kyle Lowry, who actually looks like he can move, which he couldn't in the playoffs last year. And then he got my guy Love.
You've said 17 things that make it not the same team.
No, I've actually said things that have made it similar. You were the one who just brought up hocus pocus of things that weren't things last year. You brought up Duncan Robinson and Tyler Herro, both who really weren't factors in the playoffs last year.
Okay. Okay.
But the biggest factor, which was my biggest point the entire time, and you mocked me for it, Jim VP.
Okay.
And you scoffed at it. Like you looked at me in my eyes as a friend, and you
I
said,
did.
You
I
can't
did.
just
Here's-
say
here's
Jim
why.
VP and that's it.
Here's why. Go through all the other teams in the playoffs. Go through it. They all have two guys,
Mhm.
right? You're telling me the second guy is Bam.
Mhm.
Now,
Who closed out the
hold
Bucks?
on.
Who closed out the Bucks?
Hold on. Take the two players, the two stars from each team,
Mhm.
and match them up against Jimmy and what Bam has done.
Mm-hmm.
Where are they?
Where are they?
Yeah.
They're going to the conference finals after the series, which would be their third together.
Like
no, but Leroy, it would be their third conference finals together.
Again, you're asking me why I have the answers that I have. Why did I pick the Bucks?
Shouldn't your answers change if they make 3 conference finals, though? Shouldn't it change?
What does that have to do with this year?
Because you keep making the point. Look at all these teams. They have 2 stars. They have 2. If they make 3 conference finals together, shouldn't your answer change?
It would change because of different team, right? Not because of the same 2 guys.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'll give you Jimmy. Jimmy is the best player in the playoffs right now.
So who did he close out the Bucks with? Did he do it with a Phantom?
So let me.
No. Who did he do it with? Answer the question. Who did he close the game with? Why are you acting like it didn't happen? I don't understand.
It happened one game. The other 2 guys, we don't have conversations like we had about Bam last game.
What other 2 guys?
Any 2 guys?
You mean Joel Embiid, who threw up a stinker, and James Harden, who did nothing? Joel Embiid, who's never been to a conference finals in his life? In his life.
Okay, so let's. Here, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this because of where I've been and where you've been, right? Is that as an athlete, the first thing they tell you when you go into a season is last year don't mean nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You got to re-earn your stripes.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I look at teams, I approach it that way. Okay. You can go back 3 or 4 years to say when your team was good. It really doesn't have any bearing on what they're doing at this moment. I will take what they're doing at this moment to determine what I think they will do, not what they did 2 years ago.
Okay. But you don't think that Jimmy Butler is one of the best playoff players in the league?
I said it. Wait a minute. Why are you saying that?
Well, you didn't
I said to
so
you, I think in the same conversation, I said Jimmy is playing the best basketball of anybody.
I thought last year didn't matter.
No, he is a elite basketball player.
But last year didn't matter. You didn't see a stretch of it this year.
Is that saying Steph Curry playing last year didn't matter?
No, I think it does matter. You're the one who's arguing. You're the one who's saying it doesn't matter. I do think it matters.
As far as teams go, right? What you did last year has no bearing on what is going to happen in future years, right? You have an idea, but guess what? The Heat were in the play-in and they were number 1 seed last year. You think they're the same team?
It might be better.
Why do I do this to myself?
I don't know.
This is so
they might be.
stupid. So you're telling me a team that was the 1 seed, and this year the team that was in the play-in, is better than the team last year.
It might be.
Okay.
The shooting. I'll tell you what. There's a couple. I'll tell you a couple factors.
Let's just keep it moving.
No, because I'll tell you a couple factors. You just want to dismiss it because that's what you do. You want to be acting like the regular season and Hornets games matters, but you can grow up, Peter Pan. Let's talk about a couple things that do matter. Okay. First of all, they didn't shoot last year in the playoffs.
Right.
That's a fact. Mm-hmm. It's not just regular season this year. They were one of the worst shooting teams in the playoffs last year and got to a Game 7 in the Eastern Conference Finals. Now this Heat team shooting the lights out. Role players are playing at a capacity better than last year. Gabe Vincent, better than last year. Caleb Martin, better than last year. Max Strus, better than last year.
Agreed.
Your top role guy off the bench, Kyle Lowry, better than last year because he couldn't do anything in the playoffs last year.
Correct.
Kevin Love, bringing his savvy and his outlet passes, which I've always loved. So if your argument is Bam is worse, okay. I mean, we can hear that out. They've lost 2 playoff games, and he had a stinker last game.
Do you understand that everything you're saying is making my point for you?
It's really not.
And I'm saying, hold on, let me finish.
They're not
and
better
what
than
I'm
last
saying
year.
is
that
last year's team has no bearing on what this team will do this year.
You just asked, were they better last year or this year? You think bar none they're better last year. Give me your reason.
They were the number 1 seed.
What does the regular season have to do with it, man? I'm asking at this point last year.
Because
when they're taking on the. Give me the reason.
What? Why it doesn't? Because they won like 15 more games last year. They were
Good
a
point by
better team
Schmieden.
last
Do
year.
you think, okay, who's better than this year? The Panthers last year, the Panthers this year?
The Panthers this year.
Why?
Wait,
Style
really?
of play.
Why?
Style of play.
Okay. Miami Heat, style of play right now, they're set up better for the playoffs than they were last year.
All right. Okay. I give.
Thank you. Buxton.
No, I'm. all
He
right.
kind of boxed you in there, boss.
No, he didn't. I just. It's a stupid conversation.
It's not a
right?
stupid
It really
conversation.
is. It is.
Well, the thing is, no.
It is.
No, it's not. You want to
Me,
say that
me saying last year's team has no bearing on what this year's team will be is a fact. Okay? It doesn't you can't win any games this year with last year's team. Every year, regardless of what team you have, what players you have, you got to evolve. You got to do different things. Your bag has to increase. You got to get more stuff in your bag, right?
The ref
Every
already waved
player
this
is
one off.
increasing.
The ref waved this one off.
All right.
Like you took the 8 count like Ryan Garcia and you said, nah.
All right.
You said you give.
Okay.
I don't really understand your point anymore.
No point.
Because you're
No
sitting
point.
here.
I'm just
you're
a
sitting here and you're
jackass
saying,
I have
no,
point.
it's just like
no point.
you're
Let's keep it
saying-
moving.
you said that last year doesn't matter, and you said last year was better.
This team is so much better than they were last year. That's
Didn't
why
say
they
so
ended up
much
in the
better.
playoff.
I mean, like,
not
so-
only that, they lost the first play-in game. You're telling me this team's better than last year's team?
And where is that team, Leroy? And where are the Atlanta Hawks? How much does that matter? Where are they? Does it matter?
They took
Are
Boston
the Hornets
to
in the
7.
playoffs?
They took Boston to 7.
They did take Boston to 7 last year. If Boston can take care of their business, maybe they'll beat them in 7 this year.
Okay.
I mean, task at hand. You know, this guy always wants to leap forward. Never just keep the main thing the main thing.
Okay. I got you.
I love the inner fighting between two Heat fans.
Well, he's not really, you know.
Oh, he's called. You see that? You see that, Tobin?
Yeah.
You see that, Leroy? He's calling you out. He's calling you a fraud.
He says I'm not a Heat fan because I don't go all in like he does.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, but I just think that
Because
it's like
am I a bad Heat fan because I thought the Bucks were better?
Leroy at one point.
No.
No.
Am I a bad Heat fan because what we do every day,
Mhm.
right, is we predict what we think is going to happen
Right. But,
based
I
on the
mean,
information we have.
No, but I think it would be nice if every once in a while when I did nail something, you give me props instead of just saying you got lucky. You were a blind Heat fan. Because my reason was better. You had more. Hey, listen, you had more reasons. My reason was better.
So let me ask you this. So you picking Heat in 5, which you've done for the last 7 years. Okay.
No, I picked Heat in 6. I regret that.
Oh,
I should have
okay.
picked Heat in 5 last series.
So Heat in 6.
Mhm.
You're telling me, right, that was based on what?
Jimmy P.
Okay. And so that one guy is gonna, with no other help.
I mean, he has been getting help. But you asked me what my biggest reason was going into that series, and it was Jimmy Butler. He scored 56 points.
No,
He scored more than 90 points in 2 games.
We're not arguing about.
You're right. It's a silly argument to have because I was right.
Okay, you're right. Do you? Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Do you make this much of a deal when you were absolutely wrong?
Sure.
No, you don't.
Hasn't
No,
happened
you
in a while,
don't.
though.
You wait. You know what you say?
Hmm?
Not a true loss. The official screwed us. You go into your bag of excuses.
Well, I said out of the gate, I thought that the series was going to be in 5, and I thought that they would split the first couple of games. So I haven't been wrong yet. So I don't know. I've been more right in this playoffs than I've been in any playoffs, other than the one where I picked them to go to the finals 2 years ago.
Okay.
So I've been pretty right. I mean, like, you could say that I'm blind and all that stuff, and that's fine. But I've only been wrong once in the last 4 years. Really wrong about the Heat. Really wrong about the Heat.
Okay.
And that's when they got swept by the Bucks. But every other year since Jimmy's been here, I've been pretty on.
Okay.
And you've argued with me, and you've had the same argument with me time and time again. And I just wish, like Tommy Hetland said, you would stop the quibbling and I wish you would be more like me and just let it go. Like,
Well,
let's have some
here,
fun, baby.
Here, we can put this to bed right now. That ain't never happening. And I almost cussed.
Well, I don't understand why.
Right now.
Why do you, no. You like to live, but here's the thing. Sometimes in sports, you can't just agree that we're watching something great and greatness is taking over and you didn't see it coming.
That's why I love sports.
Okay.
Okay.
So why won't you let yourself loose a little bit, baby?
What do you mean?
Let it go.
I don't understand what you mean. Like,
Because you're more worried about boxing me in than enjoying the ride.
No. I can honestly say that when I was wrong with the Bucks, I said, wow, they played a stretch of basketball I haven't seen all year. I was wrong. I said it.
But you didn't say Tobin was right.
So I didn't. Oh, my. We better go to break.
For Tobin!